welcome back for another video. This is going to be part 3 of the disc brake conversion. So this is going to be your parking brake or e-brake or emergency brake, whatever the hell you want to call it. So to start this, you want to remove the parking brake. So I left this one in here because I have a second one, so I'm just going to swap them in the end. And then you want to move this so that you can slide the cable out. Once you get the cable out, you want to drop it down to the bottom of the car, pull it out. I've already cut mine in half, but you want to take this piece from it, and then your little rubber grommet that separates the outside of the car from the inside of the car. And then, this is, right here, I'm trying to get the part number for you. The Ford Performance M-280 M-2810-A. So this is the front piece. It's threaded. So now we're going to drill this so that we can obviously expand this hole so that it'll fit on here. And then before we do that and put that on here for good, we're going to put this on here, which I can't do with two hands. So anyways, I'm going to make a little quick video on how to do the parking brake, and then we'll get into the handbrake portion. So let me drill this out. And yeah, before I go any further, I just want to make two things noted. I think I mentioned in one of my other two videos that I recently posted that the car is on a micro squirt and I need a tune for the spring. I think I made a whole video on that and then never finished it because I never finished the tune, never got the idle right. So now you guys know. I put a micro squirt on my car, and hopefully in spring I'll get that tuned. It's just, there's no point in tuning it right now because obviously I'm going to choke on the fumes, so I have to leave the door open and it's freezing outside. So I've just been putting that off till spring and getting everything else done. That's the first thing. So yeah, we did go micro squirt. I installed it. I made a whole video on that and the sensor and all that. I just never uploaded it. But it's sitting in there with the rest of the junk in this car. Second thing is I'm going to Chocolate Fox. So they announced that the show is on this year. I did buy a spot last year because I thought I was going to bring my car. And I don't think I'm going to bring it this year, but I am heading down with my brother and a couple of buddies. So I will be there. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. But yeah, so we're just cruising down for the weekend just to hang out and see everything and whatnot. But neither me or my buddy are bringing our cars. It's a 4.5 hour drive, and it's just too much to do with this car at the moment and where it sits or where it's at. So yeah. Anyways, let's continue and get back into this. So I'm going to get this drilled out, and then we'll continue there. Okay, guys. Now that that is drilled out and all set to go, I put the rubber boot on here. This will just slide up on here, and then I have nuts. We're going to use 2 nuts. I bought these in a pack of 20 because that's what Amazon sold. I didn't want to run to the local hardware store at the time when I purchased these. So I'm just going to, when this is all set to go, I'm going to put this on and then back 2 nuts to each other to hold it in the right place for the right tension. Before we get there, though, we need to modify our handbrake. So I've already cut it off, but the coil that's here, you cut off the tab, which is right here, and then I cut off just an extra coil just to give it a little bit more play, or less play rather, since the spring on here is now useless and it just hangs there. And then there's also a tab up here that goes over this. We're going to cut that off. And then I took a screwdriver and adjusted it to the second tooth. And now I'm going to tack this, well, I'm going to weld it together. So I got to get the welder out and then weld that up. So that's what I'm going to do now. And once that's done, this is all set to go back in the car. And then we just put this on, adjust this, and just run our parking brakes like we would normally. Make sure you weave them through the way that they're supposed to. And that's pretty much it. That's how you do the handbrake. Pretty simple setup, as long as you have a welder. If you don't, take it to a local welder and get that done. So I'm going to pull out the welder, open up the door, go outside, freeze for a minute, and get this welded up. So we just tacked this up. I did one on the side here, and then I also went and did a little tack from the top just to make sure it holds. Pretty simple job. Second tooth. So this is now all set to go back in the car with our cable. So pretty much, this is everything you need to do just to get the parking brake or the handbrake set up for a disc brake swap. Now this applies to both 4 or 5 lug disc brake conversions. You're going to need to do it for either. Yeah, so anyway, just a quick update. I'm still waiting on brake pads to come in, but I did the hard lines to the soft lines. So everything is literally all set. And I ran the cable, so now I just got to finish these. And then they'll be all set to go. And that's it. That's the whole swap. If you guys got any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Once this is done, like I said, we're moving on to the AC system and the entire HVAC system. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. And I guess this wraps this short little video up. But this is pretty much how you do your handbrake for whatever. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I thank you guys for watching.